ស្វាគមន៍ទស្សនិកជនមកកាន់វគ្គកិច្ចសម្ភាសន៍របស់កម្មវិធីដំណឹងមុនគេរបស់ស្ថានីយ៍ទូរទស្សន៍ NiceTV ចាទស្សនិកជននៅក្នុងរាត្រីនេះយើងមានវត្តមានរបស់ភ្ញៀវកិត្តិយសពិសេសមួយរូបគឺលោក Eldeen Husaini ម៉ូត Hashim ដែលជាឯកអគ្គរដ្ឋទូតម៉ាឡេស៊ីប្រចាំព្រះរាជាណាចក្រកម្ពុជាយើងស្វាគមន៍វត្តមានរបស់លោកតែម្ដងចា Good evening, Mr. Eldeen Husaini Mod Hashim.
Good evening.
From now on, I will address you as Mr. Eldeen. Sure. Yeah, first, I would like to say thank you for giving us opportunity to have a talk with you about your perspective and your work in Cambodia as an ambassador. And first, welcome to NiceTV. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, now let's begin first with the first question. I know you have moved here like 1 year ago. And you're still used to Cambodia. So I would like to go back and ask you, how was your first impression when you arrived Cambodia?
Well, Cambodia has always been no stranger to us because we are part of the ASEAN countries. Yeah. But I have never been to Cambodia before. So when I got the news that I'll be the ambassador of Malaysia to Cambodia, as my first ambassador, I got so excited and I browsed through all the history and what to do and what not to do in Cambodia. And once I arrived in Cambodia, there are a lot of similarity between Malaysia and Cambodia.
Oh.
The food are the same, the weather are the same, the people are the same, you know, only the language are different. But other than that, I think you just immediately felt like home. There's no much difference between Malaysia and Cambodia as in terms of a broader perspective, but in terms of culture and nature and friendship, I think is all the same. So immediately when I arrived, I felt I'm home. So that's what my first impression when I reached to Cambodia.
Yeah, you feel home here.
I feel home here.
Yeah, and welcome home then.
Yeah.
So what do you like the most about Cambodia? Culture, people, food, or something?
The most I like about Cambodia is the culture and the understanding and how you communicate between each other, especially between people to people. I often tell this to many of my friends, my foreigner friends, my other ambassadors, that what makes a difference between Cambodia and other ASEAN countries is the way that you communicate and the way that you respect each other, especially on other religions. The minority here does not feel minority because your Prime Minister emphasized on the fact that there's no minority and there's no majority. Everybody is Cambodian. So when you have that intact in your heart that everybody is a Cambodian, despite your religion, your understanding and your belief, that makes you stronger and a stronger community. So that is where I felt in love with Cambodia. And I think that should be learned by many countries, including Malaysia, on how we should address the issues as a country nationals, not based on race and religion. Yeah. So if you want to talk about what do I learn and what do I fascinate more on in Cambodia, is that.
I couldn't agree more on that. Well, Mr. Eldeen, we all know the role of ambassador to any country. You have an important role in strengthening, makes a relationship between one country to one country stronger. Yeah. Let's say Malaysia and Cambodia. Yeah. So I want to know your work. How do you work in bringing business and government to Cambodia?
As working as a diplomat and as ambassadors, as you rightly put it, that we have a very big responsibility because we carry flag on our shoulders. We carry our country's name. And of course, when we are here, our job is to enhance and strengthen the bilateral relations between the host country, in this case, Cambodia. What we do and what we have done before in the embassy is it's nothing new, but we improvise according to the trending that we have now. As you know, now is 2020. It is more on millennials. Everything is on technology. Yeah. So we embrace that by doing communication more on technology. Is through, like you say, what we're doing now, online broadcasting. video online meetings and whatnot, where we can expand our horizon beyond the expected one. Before we only limited to face to face. We can only go for appointment meeting to meeting, but now I can simply do a meeting with my colleague in Siem Reap by online video calling, either through Facebook, through Twitter, through WhatsApp, because I can be reached anytime. I share my handphone number to everyone, because I don't see the need for me to not share my phone numbers, because if they want to have some sharing, or they want to give me some what are their problems, I'm here to solve it. We are here to assist Malaysians, and also we are here to make sure that Malaysia and Cambodia stay strong. So our approach and my team in the embassy is basically an open market. We open our door to the people. So if people want to come to us, either you want to walk in, or you want to email, or you want to call, just do so, because we are here to help.
I remember that once time, Malaysia used to be like a #1 investor in investment. They have the most investment in Cambodia, but now something has changed. But I remember that you have said that you want to bring Malaysia to be #1 investment in Cambodia again. I want to know how you could achieve this.
Well, I need to stress that Malaysia was the first ASEAN country who comes to Cambodia and invests heavily. We are among the first since 1991, 1994 up to 2006. We came with 100 businessmen to come to Cambodia where there's nothing. And we come in and we said, look, Cambodia is our partner and we want to do business here. And we did it. Since 1991 to 2006, we are #1 in Cambodia. And of course, we are very happy with the improvement that Cambodia has. And because of that, the environment, the business that the Cambodian has offered, the procedures are very friendly. Foreigners start coming in, foreign investments start coming into Cambodia, and we are very happy of that. And of course, now we are #4. China is of course #1, and then followed by South Korea, and then United Kingdom, then Malaysia. But being before #1, I wanted to get back my title, the Malaysian title, as #1 in Cambodia, and of course that has been always of our objective, and we are trying to pursue that as aggressive as we can in terms of promoting investment. As you know that the difference between Malaysia and United Kingdom investment is about 1.2 billion USD. These are the only difference that we have. And with a few projects coming in this year and next year, I believe that we can get to #3 anytime soon. And then we will proceed to get to #2. I know it's far-reaching to get to #1 because China has a very big investment, but well, everybody is allowed to dream. So
who knows,
dream may come true.
Yeah, who knows, lightning could strike. Before you reach #1, you may need to go #3, #2. Yes. So what is the industry? I mean, and which field that you think you could do it like a priority? Maybe construction, tourists, or anything else?
The major priority that we have here, when we had our study and when I met with, by the way, I met all your cabinet ministers within a year. All your ministers, all your senior ministers, all your undersecretary. I think total about 34 of them I met in 1 year, just to make sure that they felt my presence, and we want to mention to all ministers that we are here to go for #1. And we do not just stop at that. We do our research, we do our meetings, we do our meeting with Madrid, with MIDA, with MBCC, with other ambassadors, and to see what are the potential that we can go. And there are a few potential that we can see from now, and it is already booming in Cambodia. One of it is telecommunication. Axiata is doing very well in Cambodia. We have to thank the Cambodian government for giving Axiata a chance to be strong here. Telecommunication is one of the major investment that I think we should enhance. The other one is infrastructure, entertainment, of course. The biggest businessman and the biggest entertainment, of course, is Naga. It belongs to Malaysia.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows, and we have Naga 1 and Naga 2. Naga 3 is coming up. So that is also one of the investment that we are hooking on, and I think that will be grow even bigger by this and by year. We also have targeted industrial and also agriculture. These are the two elements that we think that we should concentrate upon, because we have many to offer and we can see a lot of potential in Cambodia. We look into palm oil, we look into soyas, we look into sugarcane, and of course rice. These are the things that we are looking into, and we have been communicating with the Cambodian government and the ministers, and we'll see what we can do in the years to come. The other one, of course, is construction. We have many big construction here in Cambodia. We have 400, I think it's about 412 Malaysian companies now. In fact, before this COVID-19 comes, we already managed to have 3 more big contracts who wants to come into Cambodia. But because of the COVID, we have to halt it, we have to postpone the visit, because we would like to have automotive industry to come to Cambodia. These are all big guns, these are all big companies. We are imposing on halal hub cooperation, because we have been discussing this so many times, and it's time for us.
Food.
Yeah, this is time for us to now get into action. These are all in line, but it is stopped for a while. But I can show you that after this, they will continue to come to Cambodia. If not, I will force them to come.
So I want to know your accomplishment. I mean, you've been here like 1 year already. How much you have done?
First accomplishment, I think I'm the only, Malaysian. I'm the youngest Malaysian ambassador ever appointed.
Oh, the youngest one.
In my country.
Yeah.
That's number one. That was the biggest accomplishment. Number two, within a year, I've met, I think, almost all your cabinet ministers. I think 32 of them. Number three, within 3 months, I'm here. I managed to get our Honorable Prime Minister to come and have his official visit to Cambodia after 25 years. There's no official visit from the Honorable Tun Mahathir Mohamad. He was the 7th Prime Minister, then he came. Within 3 months, I have to make the arrangement for this official visit. So that was another big accomplishment. The next big accomplishment was that we managed to ink 2 MOU, which was pending almost 11 years. One is about 8 years, one 11 years. We managed to sign Memorandum of Understanding on Tourism. We also signed double taxation agreement, which is very crucial for all of us. These 2 MOU was signed during the official visit. So you just imagine within that 1 month, 1 and a half, we have to really screw everyone and talk to everyone, and even talk to the minister to make sure that a document to be signed. And fortunately, we have signed 2 of the biggest documents during the official visit. So that was the biggest accomplishment. And then, of course, in 1 year, I have, I think, more than 6 or 7 MOUs signed.
How about how you promote both Malaysian tourism and Cambodia tourism together? I mean,
now what we have is, I think what we have done is to get both artists to be in one show, and then to get that vibe for them to get to know Malaysia and get to know Cambodia very well. One of the one that I just mentioned, Miss Tourism competition, that is also one of the strategy that we use to get to bridge both countries together. Of course, there's a lot of other countries, Argentina, South Africa, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, and all that in the group. But what we need to do is, because it is organized by a Malaysian in Cambodia, so the collaboration is stronger. And other than that, I think what we did was we are sending more the media practitioners, the bloggers, to go to Malaysia. We are sponsoring them to come to Malaysia and experience themselves, So the bloggers will come and view and stay in Malaysia for 2 or 3 days and write a review and come back and tell the Cambodian that you should come to Malaysia. So vice versa, we also invite bloggers from Malaysia to come to Cambodia.
Do you think we could do, we can do anything more to promoting our tourism, both Malaysia and Cambodia?
There's a lot of things that we can do, especially on TV broadcasting, something like this also help us to promote Malaysian and Cambodian bilateral relation. I think if you have more collaboration between the TV stations, the radios, the media practitioners is the best tools for us to bridge this and for us to promote this relation that we have between Malaysia and Cambodia. Because all this while we always go on the cultural basis, because we eat the same food, we have the same weather, every culture is intertwined to each other. So that really does not make us a stranger. So that really helps us. But I think if you want to do more, the media practitioners should do more in terms of promoting this as well. That is, I think, the best way of doing it. The second one, I think, if you can involve the younger generation. The younger generation, for us now, we do not know. Before, I think we targeted university students, but now we go beyond that. We go even younger. We go to schools now. We go to the schools. We do a colouring contest. We do some presentation to the children, and we just tell them what is Malaysia all about, what is Cambodia all about. So this is a way of us to promote the two countries through the children, because the children will expand. The learning for children absorb more than us adult. They absorb more, they memorize more, they can remember more things. So this is why we targeted younger generation.
We know that Malaysia has a new government.
Yes,
new government. Did they place something important for Cambodia? Will Cambodia be one of the priority to, for strengthening the relationship between people?
Whether it is a new government or old government, Cambodia is always a priority for Malaysia. We cannot forget the good relation that we had even before independent. We respect each other that much, and of course, in the spirit of ASEAN, we want this to be one of the most important relation to be built even stronger. Under the new government, I think you can see a lot of new initiative. I think there should be more engagement. There are a few hiccups here and there, but I think with the new government and the advice by what we have given to the new government, I think it will be more stronger relations. That's why I told you that the trades are coming even higher. We are attracting more investors compared to other ASEAN countries. There's a lot of more investors here. You have a very active business community here as compared to other ASEAN association there in ASEAN. So this really helps you. When they first asked, every ambassador was asked the same. When there's a new government, they said, what should we do to promote the bilateral relation between Malaysia and the host country? And everybody give their own 5 things to do or 10 things to do. And of course, Malaysia, in terms of Cambodia, we just need to switch back what we have, because what we have is already working. And of course, we just need to accelerate more in terms of getting what we want. As I told you, we have 3 big major things in the basket waiting to come to Cambodia. I told them you should not cancel that. This should continue because this will bring, as I told you, because I wanted to be number 1. So this should bring Malaysia nearer to number 1, at least to number 3. As now, I can tell you now that with the investment of Naga 3, the investment total is about 3.5 billion USD.
3.5.
Yeah. If the difference between UK is about 1.2, if the investment is already 3.5 billion, we are definitely at number 3. And coming into automotive, which also costs about, maybe the estimation about 1 billion, about Axiata in telecommunication. I don't know how many millions that they are making right now, but now because of this, the new trend that we have, everybody's hooking up into the internet. telecommunication, and because of that, telecommunication is doing much better during this crisis, right? Yeah, all telecommunication wherever they are doing making more profit because everybody's staying at home and watching TV and news.
Okay, one last question. I heard that in embassy you have launched a new project. We care, we share. Could you tell me more about that?
We care, we share was motivated by my staff. It's actually to tell everyone that, you know, embassy is not the only place for you to come to ask for passport, to ask for visa, you know, the normal thing that you want to come. Embassy should be a place where you communicate. An embassy should be a place where it is an open door, where you receive people and you embrace them. And I think we share, we care is a package where we want to tell to the Cambodian that, you know, we also can do our part. We can do our part by contributing to the society. And what we did was we gathered a few Malaysians and we get some supply, foods and whatnot, and we share this with the community. But our priority was, the first time when we did was to say thank you to the frontliners. That was my major objective. That's why my first 6 centers that we go, 3 are for medical practitioners. We go to Children's Hospital, we go to Russian Hospital. It's just to say to the doctors and the nurse, thank you. You know, they are all our unsung heroes. They work 24 hours. They are all our frontliners. And even though there's a lot of people saying thank you, but we want to really physically say thank you by giving them all the treats. The treats are all for the doctors and the staff because they need that. Some encouragement from us. Other than that, of course, we go for the religious people. We go to the temples, we go to the church, you know, we go to the mosque, because they are also all the frontliners who pray for us. You know, these are the places where people go when they are in trouble or when they are happy or when they are sad. So these are the places that we want to go and we want to concentrate and just to say thank you to them, extend the appreciation that, you know, everybody say thank you, but we just want to say thank you from our heart.
Okay, wow, thank you so much for your time for
Thank
us
you.
to know more about you, about your embassy and your work. អរគុណទស្សនិកជនលោកអ្នកទើបតែបានទស្សនានៅកិច្ចសម្ភាសន៍រវាងនាងខ្ញុំជាមួយនឹងឯកឧត្តម Eldeen Husaini ដែលជាឯកអគ្គរដ្ឋទូតម៉ាឡេស៊ីប្រចាំនៅព្រះរាជាណាចក្រកម្ពុជាខណៈនេះកម្មវិធីយើងក៏បានឈានចូលដល់ទីបញ្ចប់អរគុណលោកអ្នកដែលបានចំណាយពេលវេលាដ៏មានតម្លៃខណៈនេះនាងខ្ញុំរួមជាមួយនឹងឯកឧត្តមឯកអគ្គរដ្ឋទូតសូមអរគុណសូមគោរពលា